Oh well, we're here. It's another day. If you watched yesterday's video, then you'll know why I'm in a fairly good mood today. After my last, how many ever appointments were 5 or so, I was in so much pain that the day after I couldn't move that much. That's not the case today. Yesterday was a great appointment. I couldn't be happier. I have, what, 2-3 major points that I'm going to hit on in this video today, as well as getting some advice from all of you, which we'll go into in a little bit. But this is hopefully this will be an interesting video for you. Like I said, there's multiple topics we're going to talk about today.
Thanks for noticing.
Topic number 1 for today, and I'm gonna try to move right along with this one. This is not really one of the topics. In fact, I just thought of this as I was doing the intro, but in probably my last, what, 10 videos, they've all been from here locally. Some of them here, some of them in Montgomery, but they've all been local to me. All the ones that I've done from here, every time I post one of those videos, this blue Corvette winds up in those videos because it turns up somewhere in the background as I'm walking around talking or something to that nature, and I get comments on every one of those videos. Talk about the blue Corvette. What's up with that blue Corvette? Yeah, well, it's not mine. You see, we do not own this house. In fact, we are renting it from Amy's mother and stepfather. Amy's mother and stepfather own the house she is renting here. Well, this is Amy's stepfather's Corvette that all of you keep asking about. And of course, they have their own home across the street, but Amy's mom parks under their carport over there. That way, if it's raining or something and she has to come out, she doesn't get wet. Well, Amy's stepfather, his name is Mike as well. Well, not as well because I'm Michael, but his name is Mike. So I'll probably just call him Mike for the rest of this, instead of continuing to say her stepfather. But Mike, see, he had this Corvette sitting over there, and it is a convertible. The top comes off. But there's a problem with the seal on the top. It doesn't seal properly. So every time it rains, it leaks down inside to it, and it started to ruin the interior of it. So Mike basically said, I'm just going to park it over there under the shed at your house. He was telling Amy this. And I mean, what could Amy do? Amy couldn't really say no. Not only was this her stepfather, but he owned the house. So there was nothing she could really say. And we only have one vehicle down here. Our other car's in Montgomery. So it's not like we needed both of the spots under this carport anyways. That is why the Corvette's here. That's why you see it in all the videos. It never gets crunk up. It never gets driven. Mike, in fact, works overseas a lot for his job. So he's gone quite a bit. So he doesn't ever get to really drive it. So maybe, just maybe, one day, sometime in the near future, we can get him to let me take him for a ride around the block or something. Just see how it does. But every time. All right. This is the part where I need your guys' help. Okay. Hopefully you all seen yesterday's video, and I discussed that I was working with green screen. Even at the end of that video, I threw in a little green screen trickery, a little green screen movie magic, if you will, at the end of that video. All right. So I'm working on this movie, and I have several characters in that movie, and I'm going to be playing multiple of them. Okay, I'm going to be playing a good guy and a bad guy and another character in that movie. I've gotten a script written out. It's not really a first draft because I've already gone through a couple of iterations of it, but what I need are a few names, I need to be able to name those characters. And in a couple of instances, 2 or maybe even all 3 of them are going to show up on screen at the same exact time. So I can't just call myself Bama Mike in each of those situations on all 3 characters, because it'll get confusing. Bama Mike's talking to Bama Mike, and both of those Bama Mikes are talking to that Bama Mike. It just doesn't work. So I have to come up with names for those characters. And this is where you guys come in. If you can come up with something, throw them in the comments below. Something I can use that I can put in here to distinguish between the characters. So what I would do is I will go through all of your comments where you have typed them down in the comments below, and I'll look through them all, and if a name fits what I need, I will pluck that name out and use it in this movie. And when that movie finally comes out on here and you watch it, you'll know, hey, that's the name I gave him. But it'll be a big help. One of the protagonists is going to be named Bama Mike. I'm going to call myself Bama Mike in that one. So I need a good guy name and a bad guy name. Just leave those comments down below. I will go through them and I'll pluck out one if it fits. And that way the characters can have names, and that way they can be distinguished between, so everyone knows who's talking about who or who's talking to who in that movie. I look forward to seeing the names that you guys come up with. Moving right along now, you guys, or most of you, should know by now how big my puppy dog is, and if you don't, there she is right there. Hey, big baby. She needs a bath time today, and normally I would bathe her in the shower, but we have this cool thing on our sink now that it's a hose that comes off. So I'm thinking today I'm gonna try to bathe her in the sink if she will let me pick her up and set her up there. That way I can use that hose that comes off and be able to bathe her easier. At any rate, we're gonna try it. And then after this, the last segment is actually really cool, but it's after Bella gets her bath. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay, big girl. You're okay. Stand right there. Stand right there. There you go. No. Stand right there. That's a big girl.
And she's happy to be down.
This is what she does after every time she takes a bath. It's like she's trying to use the carpet to dry off. Never fails. Every bath, she does this. No. This way. Big girl. No. You guys want to see some more green screen work before we move into the last segment? I had a whole bunch of fun when I went and visited this place. Yeah, that was loads of fun. It was also a bunch of fun to go here. And lastly, you can't forget about here. I love this green screen stuff. It's awesome. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now that I'm getting the hang of it, it's going to be just, it's going to be a whole lot of fun because I'll get to put it in movies that I make. I'll also get to put it in these episodes that I make. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and it's always nice to have something else on your repertoire. And what I've done is I've gotten this large green screen here that I can do quite a bit of stuff in front of. I'll when I get ready to shoot, I'll actually raise it up and make it a little bit larger, just to make sure there's plenty of clearance over my head and side to side, which shooting is actually fixing to start, so that'll be good. And then I also have this piece of green screen here. So I mean, this is perfect just for like headshots. If I need to, you know, have the camera like this, and maybe I need to go here, I mean, that place is cool. Or I could go here. You can't forget about that place. I mean, this is amazing. So it works in my favor. I can do headshots over this green screen, and this green screen will be full body shots. Now I'm gonna move on to the final section of this video. You guys know already, Amy's a nurse. She's going to the hospital. She's having to deck all out in her PPE and deal with the COVID-19 patients. She's on the front lines battling this stuff for us. So I thought it'd be nice to give her a little treat, a little surprise. But you know, I've done quite a bit, so I had to come up with something that I had never done before, and this is what I came up with. Amy grew up in the country. She had horses, so naturally her love for riding horses and all that stuff has carried on into her adult life. Well, several years ago now, she fell in love with a TV show. It was actually produced in Canada, but they posted it to like Amazon Prime Video or something like that, and she found it. It's about horses. It you know, about living on a farm and teaching and training horses, that kind of stuff. The name of the show is called Heartland. Some of you may know it. I want to say that it's on Netflix now too. At any rate, she loves it. You know, she's seen every episode multiple times. She's watched the seasons multiple times. We own some of the seasons on the DVD box sets, and that's just how much she enjoys the show. So, well, doing this YouTube thing, I've done it for a couple years now. I have made a few connections. Well, it turns out somebody I knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who was an acquaintance of the main star of that show. Her name is Amber Marshall. So I got her to send me a video of her saying, well, here, I'll show you the video. This is what she said to Amy.
Hi, Amy. Michael reached out to me and told me all the hard work that you're doing out on the front lines of this mess. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you and your fellow workers do. You know, this is such a hard time for everyone, but being right out there in the middle of it is the toughest job of all. So I thought I would send you a little bit of relief through the face of a horse, because how can that not make you happy? Take care and stay positive and stay safe.
I actually thought about it afterwards. I should have waited or shown it to her earlier while she was at home, so I could have recorded her reaction to it, but I didn't. But I'm sure she enjoyed it. She loves that show, so I'm sure she liked it. I mean, first off, I gotta say thank you to her, because that's incredible that she took time out of her day to do that for me, just to say thank you to Amy. So I just wanted to say thank you to her for that. You know, hopefully I'll get to stay in contact, and you know, who knows, one day I may go up to Canada and it'll be fun times. That is actually gonna do it for this one. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below. Not only is it much appreciated, but it helps keep us going. And another way that you can help is by clicking that thumbs up button down below. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button, and then take it a step further and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a video. You never miss out on any of them. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at RealBamaMike. Sometimes I do post it there. All of it is much appreciated. All of it helps us. Thank you all. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, and stay healthy. Oh, and don't forget, make sure you leave your comments down below. That way I can see it.